Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for
My Hero Academia.
And we are done with the tournament arc, guys.
Yes.
So
it is officially over.
Yeah, we can move on to more intense
next.
things with this hero killer Stain guy. We
Yeah.
no longer have to call him Teenage Mutant
Ninja Turtle
villain.
Batman Vigilante.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Also, this one is called, like, Let's Get Some Names or something. So
yeah,
and
I
their
think
hero names, potentially.
Right. Yes, I think there was
That'd be
something
kinda
about that in the after stuff for the last episode.
Yeah, but that's kind of fun. Like, that's
Yeah.
more like, kind of fun and whimsical before things go, like, dark
Sure.
and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
I could totally see that being the case. Now, there's a very serious question, though.
Oh, yes.
Given...
We both have been thinking about this.
Yeah. So, if this is where they get their hero names...
What the
kind
heck
of a name is
Bakugo's
Yeah.
name gonna be? Like, Bakugo, just, what would it be? Like,
It needs to be something special.
Right?
But at the same time, it needs to be something that Bakugo can own.
yeah.
You know? Or maybe he needs to grow to own it. I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe it's one of those things where it's like what happened with Deku.
Right.
Where he had to, like, take it for
Yeah, but
himself.
there's kind of that aspect that we have present Mike, for instance, and his name is pretty obvious, but then you have Eraserhead. Like, how do you come up with Eraserhead? And then we have characters like Midnight, where it kind of makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
All Might.
All Might, that's pretty straightforward.
That's pretty straightforward, yeah. But then you have other ones where it's like Endeavor. It's like, ooh, ambition.
Right.
That kind of stuff. So it'll be just good to see if this kind of reveals more about the inner workings of these characters who we don't necessarily know exactly why they want to be heroes.
So what's Minetta's name gonna be?
Oh God, I don't even want to know. Let's just do this, guys, and find out.
The monotony of...
Iida.
Yes! Is he wearing a hoodie?
He's wearing like a poncho. Yes.
That's right.
That's his style. Yep. That means he's doing relatively well, surprisingly, given his whole thing with his brother.
I love those rain boots.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's either really good or really bad, actually.
Yeah. Not used to that, huh?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Jeez. Pro Hero draft picks, that's right. All the
Okay.
agencies and stuff. It's showing
Sure.
the marketability of them. Huh! It's like Todoroki and Bakugo all at the top.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a really good... Yeah! He's still got thousands of offers, though.
Yep.
Or was it hundreds? Oh. Oh, they got offers, too! That's
Yep.
great. He didn't get any. Oh, that feels bad, man.
Wouldn't make sense that he wouldn't get any, though.
I think that makes sense. Oh, temporary. Gotcha. Who?
Wait, is
that Midnight?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. That is gonna be very happy.
Yes. Oh, gotcha. He doesn't care. Oh! Oh, backstory! Yes!
That's
Oh my
perfect,
gosh!
and you mentioned that. Like, he didn't come up with it. Oh my god.
That's great.
That was so awesome seeing them as teenagers.
Wow. Oh, Bakugo's just writing right now. Maybe he's already got his name.
Yep.
Shining hero.
Shining hero.
I cannot stop twinkling.
Wow.
ここは愛を取ってキャントに省略した方が呼びやすい。それね、マドマゼル。キロ。
Hey, Sue!
Yay!
はい、ちゆちゃん。小学生の頃から決めてたの。
So, no pressure.
Froppy!
Yes!
Froppy, I love it.
Yes!
Red Riot.
赤の競争。これはあれね。男気ヒーロークリムゾンライオン。
Oh, another hero. That's cool.
だいぶ古いけど、俺の目指すヒーロー像はクリムゾンそのものなんす。
憧れの名を背負うってからには、その
Oh, it's kind of like Deku in that regard.
Uh-huh.
覚悟の上っす。
桐島くん、かっこいいな。
That's awesome.
And that sets the precedent for it.
ヒーローになった時の名前？
Oh.
どれにしようか迷ってるな。
He's in an All Might costume.
Mighty All Man, Mighty Boy, All Might Jr.
マイトジュニア。
Oh my god.
マイティーマン、キャプテンオールマイト、
Oh my god.
オールマイト、スーパ
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, this
That's
is
so
so
cute.
いくらでもそれっぽい名前考えてニヤニヤしてた。でも
But you can't really do that.
力を授かって見てもらえている今は自分との差がすごすぎて僕には
It also points you as a target. Of
Yeah,
course.
Invisible Girl, that's...
ー。さあさあ、どんどん行きまくります。
Oh my gosh, there's so many of them.
この名に恥じぬ行いを。万物ヒーロー、クリエイティ、クリエイティブ。
Nice.
名前いいの？
Nice! He's taking what his dad calls him and turning it into his own thing.
ヒーロー、グレープジュース。
Grape juice.
わかった。
爆殺。
King Explosion Murder! What?
なんだろうにしろよ。
じゃあ、私も
Yes! Uraka, here we go.
考えてありました。
Uravity.
Uravity.
しゃれてる。ヒーローね、思ったよりずっとスムーズに進んでるじゃない。
That's clever. Uraraka, Gravity, Uravity.
バクゴー君とイーダ君。
Oh, he is paralyzed. Crap.
嘘だ。
Wow.
ダメだ。これからもっと多くの人を導くんだ、兄さんは。嫌だよ。俺だって嫌だよ。だからさ、お前がいいなら。
His name will be Ingenium. Oh.
But
Can he do it
But can he...
though?
Yeah. Tenya.
あなたの名前ね。
Wow.
緑谷君、できた？はい。
Bakugo can't think of a name.
これしかないよな。
緑谷。
いいのか、それで。一生呼ばれ続けるかもしんねえんだぜ。
この呼び名今まで好きじゃなかったけど
Deku!
これが僕のヒーロー名です。
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool. Lord Explosion Murder! Wait, what was Bakugo's?
Yeah.
Yep, of course.
今のままじゃダメなんだ。もっと
He's trying to train himself by like just
In class.
constantly like intention and stuff. Oh. Well said, Tokuyami.
Yeah.
Oh, the way they didn't show his eyes there.
レク君一緒に帰ろう飯田君も俺
Uh-oh. Whoa!
どうしたんですか？そんなに慌てて。
ちょっとおいで
Okay. It's about the offer, right?
Yeah.
君にヒーローから指名が来ている
Uh-oh. What if it's actually a villain?
No.
その方の名は
Okay, Gran Torino.
かつて遊泳で1年間だけ教師をしていた
Oh, he's a problem
私の
teacher.
担任だった方だ
Oh.
ワン・フォー・オールの件も
Oh, he knows about One for All.
むしろそのこ
Wait,
とで君に声をかけたのだろう
wait.
こんなすごい方が。
But
っていうか、個性の
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So then,
but the fact that he's talking about
グラン
this in
トリノ
private
は
means
先代の盟友
oh,
yeah, he's probably bad
親友となさ
news.
っていたのでカウントし忘れていたよあえてかつての名を出して指名してきたという
is he scared of him?
声を
Once the student, always the student, I guess.
とかガチ震いしてる。
Oh, this is like someone that trained All Might in the past.
Yeah.
本来私の責務なのだがせっかくの腰入れた3分でしごかれた
どんだけ恐ろしい人なんだ。
飯田の希望事務所
Iida.
こいつもっと上からの指名もあったはず
Hosu City.
ボスのヒーロー事務所
体育祭後、ニュースで聞いた飯田君のお兄さん、
Yeah.
東京ホス市で起こったインゲニウムの
In Hosu City, yeah.
Hmm.
逃走中の犯人は神出鬼没。
Holy
過
crap.
去17名ものヒーローを殺害し、23名ものヒーローを
Wow
最後に陥れた
40
ヒーロ
people.
ー殺し。ヴィラン名ステイン。飯田君、
Oh, here we go. Good, good, good.
本当にどうしようもなくなったら言ってね。
Whoa.
友達だろ。
Straight to it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
あ
That was a good face they gave him.
It
もっと
really
強く
was.
言葉をかけるべきだった。僕はこの日のこと
Oh, man.
やが
Oh,
て
man. Oh, crap. Oh,
グラントリノ、聞いたことない名前だけど、すごい人に違いない。
Watch, there's actually going to be no reason to be
すごい
afraid
人
of
に
him.
違いない。
no, this is that building that we thought was the villain
Right,
building
this
from the
is,
beginning.
right, because it's where he sent the
letter.
the letter to.
緑谷いずくです。
And wasn't that guy like tiny?
Yeah. Oh, holy crap. Does Stain already get him? Holy crap. Oh, what? 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 Okay,
Right,
that
so-
was a good kind of between
It
transition
was.
episode.
But there is still a big problem, and I will not rest until this has been rectified.
Yes.
We do not know Bakugo's superhero name.
Yes, for real. What is his name? I mean,
Because-
don't tell us in the comments.
Right,
But
but,
like, we really want to know.
Because-
is it Lord Explosion Murder Death God or whatever? Like, what is it? Because he's not going to name his name Bakugo.
It's his hero name is going to be Megumin's husbando.
Oh my god, Jacob. Well, we had some really, really kind of cool names that came out
We
of
did.
this. Like Shoto.
And
That-
Froppy.
Froppy. I really liked also Red Riot.
Yes.
That was a really cool one from Kirishima. We also see that Kirishima has kind of got a little bit of a hero worship thing going on, like Deku.
Right.
In that he has his own kind of pro-hero inspiration, and Bakugo is kind of like the peer of his that kind of follows that kind of inspirational, manly path.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even though he kind of,
Has
doesn't like some of the things
problems.
that he does.
Yeah.
But I also like Krieti from
Oh yeah.
from Momo.
Yep.
And then we had grape juice from freaking Mineta. Wow.
Totally makes sense.
And Uravati.
Uraviti.
Uravati. I could
Yeah.
say that one plenty of times.
That one's
I like
pretty
it.
great.
And Tenya.
Yep.
Tenya.
I
couldn't
think-
put the name Ingenium down.
I think my favorite one of the first name ones was Shoto.
Yeah.
Because that's showing that he's basically kind of taking after Deku.
Right.
Because he does need to own that, and I can't wait for the moment when he can he can completely like
Be free.
be free. Yeah.
Yeah. We also had some goofy ones in there, like Tail Man, Sugar Man, Pinky.
I liked Alien Queen.
Alien Queen was
I
kind
liked
of fun.
that.
Yeah, I get
I wish
that
that hadn't been.
it sounded more like a villain name. I get it. But,
Yeah, but
Shining
cares?
Hero can't stop twinkling.
Twinkling.
That
Yeah.
was fantastic. Like, he knew right from the get-go
what he was gonna
be.
Yeah.
And that was fantastic. We had Earphone Jack,
Earphone Jack was
Tentacle,
Cellophane.
Cellophane, yeah. Charged Bolt or Charging Bolt, and
Yeah.
Invisible Girl, obviously.
Right,
They
that was-
had,
I
they
love
had
that.
the
That
ones
was-
in there that were really obvious.
Yeah, like
the one
Invisible
that I
Girl, that's
missed,
what
though,
we've
was
already been calling.
Tokoyami. So someone put in
Oh,
the
yeah.
comments what Tokoyami's hero name was. Because I really
Yeah,
liked,
I didn't catch that either.
I really liked his character.
Now,
But yeah, now we have essentially a setup where we're going to get a bunch of potentially mini stories going on simultaneously.
yeah.
So I think they'll primarily focus on Deku. Because he's
Yes.
going to get trained by the weird, crazy little
Right.
guy who terrifies All Might, apparently.
Yes.
Maybe his quirk is just really strong. That's what it's got to be. His quirk is just so good that even in old age, he's still terrifying. Like,
Well, it also looked okay. When All Might flashed back to him, it
Yes.
looked like he was like big and muscular and all that stuff.
I think that was more of what Deku, or maybe All Might's impression of him
sure,
is.
okay, yeah.
Not that he's necessarily
yeah,
that big.
that's what it could have been. Because I got the
mental
picture that
image.
maybe he was a previous One For All user, and that's what he was like with One For All, and this is what he's like without it. You know?
I think he said he was a friend of the previous One For All holder.
Right. Yes, that's
But
right. That's
that doesn't
right.
necessarily
Yep.
mean he was the previous One For All holder. But
Right.
it would be kind of cool to bring that up in that what does it look like for a previous One For All holder to be alive when the current one
Right.
exists? Do they lose the quirk entirely?
Do they die?
Do they die? Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that whole thing
Yep.
work? We don't know. But I love the fact that in that little end credit scene, he seems absolutely bonkers crazy.
He does.
He was
Just a
like
bit.
playing dead or something.
And what was that blood like?
Yeah, was that
Yeah.
blood? Was that like tomato juice or ketchup or like?
I guess
what?
we'll never know.
I thought Stain got him. I thought you were gonna have like a thing for a
Whoa,
fight with
okay,
Stain
all
like,
right,
right
all
at
right.
the get-go.
All right. On the subject of Stain, it seems like they're making it that Iida is trying to go after.
Oh, obviously going.
And-
It's the question of will Iida make it out of this? Okay.
Yeah, and that's the problem because, okay, Iida is very fast. He is very fast. But
Well, so was Ingenium apparently because their quirks were basically the exact same thing, right?
right.
So this does not look good.
I just.
Yeah. So Iida is basically like one of, if not my favorite character in this
Yeah.
show, and I wanted something like this to happen, but I don't want him to die.
Yeah, and
Please,
here's the thing.
I don't
Here's
want
the
him
thing.
to
Iida
die.
is a very smart guy. I get that he's emotionally compromised. Who wouldn't be? But like,
Yeah. This is the
Yeah.
point I actually think of why I like Iida. Is that I feel like he's a lot like me in this regard, in that a lot of people assume that he's actually a more analytical, kind of intelligent-based character, when actually he's an extremely emotionally led character.
Sure.
In that every moment we see him when he's in a positive state, his
He's-
emotions
yeah.
are over the top and extravagant and right out there and
Right.
bravo!
Yes.
You know? But
And-
when we see him actually thinking, it's when he's being critical. It's when he's actually kind of looking
yes.
at himself in his situation, go, I need to be better. I
Right.
need to be more like
well, and
Ingenium in a way.
and if you think about it, because he has been very much like all about the rules and what's right and being
Right.
early and and all that stuff. So it could be this thing where he's just thinking, this guy's a bad dude. I have to take him down. No one else will, kind of a thing. Which is
That's what we would
which
hope
is
it
kind
to be
of-
to some extent, but
kind
that's
of-
not what it's going to be. Like, we know that look in his eyes where
That
he
was-
says, like, it's okay, like, thank you, or
that was a
something.
good look.
And then the turn after that, and the
fact
look
that-
that where we see and they
Yeah.
don't see. Ugh.
and just the idea that Iida would lie, like straight face,
Oh,
so
yeah.
well
So well.
to his friends. That's just
That hurts.
That hurts.
That hurts.
Ah.
Because he's going to have to deal with the after effects of his choices like this when he, reconnects with them at some point. Because let's say things go really well for Iida, and he actually, finds Stain, and he,
That's about as bad as it could go for Iida.
That's about as bad as it can go, but let's say, he makes it out of this okay. And Stain, of course, doesn't get taken down by just Iida.
Right, it's not going to happen.
Done. But say Iida comes up to him and he's like, "You killed my brother," and he's like, or you wounded my brother or something, and Stain's like, "And who are you?" You're just some dumb kid, and he hurts him, but he's like, "I'm leaving you with a warning." Turn from your ways and become a real hero.
Now here's something
or I'm going to kill you.
Now here's something that could be interesting. Now maybe this is giving Stain too much credit.
Okay.
But since Stain is all about, he hates the hypocrisy, right?
Sure.
Iida is anything but hypocritical. So he might actually respect the fact that Iida came after him saying "Hey, you killed my brother. That's not cool. He was a good upstanding guy." And he's like, "Wow, this guy's actually this guy's basically wanting to bring about justice." He sees there as being some...
that's where I think it'd be interesting, because that's closer to revenge, actually.
And that's why I'm worried, but...
Because if he comes at him with the standpoint of revenge, maybe they'll actually have a conversation. That would be cool. Iida comes up to him and says, "How could you? My brother was a great man. He didn't deserve this." And he's like, "You kidding me?" And then they have this conversation about what it means to be a real hero. And then he's like, "So are you here for revenge? Because if so, I have to kill you then.
Right.
But if you aren't, then move along."
Okay.
That would be so cool.
If that kind of conversation actually happened, one of the things that I would be kind of worried about is that it would basically... It would taint Iida's idea of what it is to be a hero. He would basically... what if Stain actually kind of corrupted Iida?
Whoa. Whoa. I didn't even think about that, because... My thought would be he would be too blind by his anger from, what Stain did.
Well, and probably, he probably wouldn't, he wouldn't accept what Stain had to say then. But
later.
Or I don't know. Or maybe because Stain didn't kill his brother, but, hospitalized his brother, crippled his brother, he ends up basically using that to bring out the worst of Iida, saying "No, you're actually just as hypocritical as the rest of them. You've just had an easier life, and now that your brother's been taken away from you, look at how you're acting now.
Look at how you're using your power now."
I actually think what a real hero.
I actually think that, now that I think about it, Stain has intentionally removed heroes from hero duty without killing them. Now, here's a theory. What if the reason why he didn't kill Ingenium was because he knew Ingenium was an actually semi-decent hero? And he decides, "You're not worthy of death, but you are worthy of not being a hero."
That's even crazier, because that means Stain is that much better. The idea that if he ever did want to kill somebody, they would be dead. The people that have faced him and survived is because he chose to let them live.
I think that's what it is.
Oh, boy.
Is that Iida will be another one that will face him.
Yeah.
And he will basically demoralize him completely from this whole path of vengeance, but in a way irreparably, like you said, damage his perception of what it means to be a hero. And then Stain will just move on like he doesn't even care about him. Because in the end, Iida's just a dumb kid. In that instance there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when Stain comes up against someone who he does deem to be a real hero, but All Might, for instance. But of course, any real hero would try to stop Stain because he's doing horrible things. So if he faced someone like All Might or even Deku, there could be some really good conversations that would come from it. I kind of am more excited now to see Stain talk than Stain actually fight, which is kind of weird. I think
the pen is mightier than the sword.
Or just the blades in general, or the quirk of the villain. That's good. So with the whole agencies thing and them recruiting them for internships, that doesn't mean that they will be interns with these agencies forever, or does it?
No, not forever, but I think it's that if they
So, like, Uraraka choosing Gunhead, which is a hilarious name.
Well, because, I mean, okay, if you go to work for a company, you can always, like, quit and go somewhere else.
But the guy was saying, the guy who was talking to Eraserhead, I think it was Cementos? Yes, Cementos was saying, or was it Cementos? It was someone else. No, it was Gun McCree.
McCree, yeah.
McCree.
Yeah.
He was saying like there are some third years that still regret their decision. So I'm guessing.
But that's probably saying that they're third years now and they regret their decision.
Right, but does that mean that them choosing, say, like Uraraka choosing Gunhead,
well,
has
at the
some
very
kind
least,
of lasting?
I would say it definitely has a lasting effect. Just like how after you get your first job. No one looks at your college degree or anything like that. They just look at what you've done as far as jobs go. Mm-hmm. So if you get a particular kind of job, that will be what everyone looks at from then on.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense. I really want to see who Froppy gets involved with and who Bakugo gets involved with. Because I think Shoto's going to end up with his dad. I feel like it would be...
I hope not.
I mean, feel like
probably,
it would... But don't you feel like it would be kind of a poetic justice thing for him to go with his father's thing? Because he was looking at it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, but we're going to do this my way. Like, he kind of has a little bit more spine with the whole thing.
Maybe.
It's kind of like dealing with your fears up front rather than avoiding them.
Yeah. Okay, and that is a very good point. That's a very good point.
But I want to see who Bakugo chooses.
Yeah, because
they both got the most offers.
That's
so
true.
It's going to be the biggest deal as to who they choose.
The reason why I'm a little bit concerned about Shoto going with the Endeavor agency is because even though it would be good for him to like face his fears and stuff and not avoid them,
right?
Environment is stronger than willpower.
Yes, it is.
And being around he's been around his dad enough, right? He needs change of environment. Like, I would want him to, like...
He's at UA.
He's at UA, and that's great. I would almost want him to become a sidekick for All Might, except that I don't think All Might actually has an official agency.
I don't think All Might has an agency.
Right.
Yeah. But that is a good point, though. That means Endeavor has probably the biggest agency of all.
Oh. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that Aizawa gave a request or whatever to Shinso?
Oh, that would be good.
Like,
I hope so, but I think we could go back to the list of the episode, and Shinso wasn't on.
That was from Class A.
I don't think so.
He's not in Class A.
Oh, good point. He's not in Class A. That's right.
So
I thought it was just everyone in the tournament, but that's a good point.
Because like May, she probably got a lot of offers.
Ha!
Like,
that's a good
think
point.
About it. You know, at least a few.
Hatsume May. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That would be really cool, though.
And I mean, I don't know how much work Aizawa can still do because he's teaching, you know? But
sure. I
don't know. I'd like to see that.
I think that Aizawa doesn't have an agency because he works alone, though.
Right. But he could still, you know...
He could still intern as with a pro hero, even though he wouldn't work necessarily with them in his night jobs and stuff.
Yeah. Although I could totally see Shinso and Aizawa being a great team on the night jobs.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
I'm glad that they gave people the opportunity for internships even though they weren't chosen. It's basically saying, all right, now here's the catch-all heroes that you can all get
These
into.
Companies have, you know, things set up or whatever.
Well, it's not necessarily then that they're going with companies. It's then that they're interning with actual, like, individual pro heroes.
Right. But the idea, like, these heroes are like, oh, yeah, send tons of people.
Send whoever, Yeah, that would be kind of cool. What if there were people that interned together?
Sure.
Like, you could have multiple people choosing the same one.
Yeah.
Like, what if here would be crazy.
Kirishima and Tetsu.
That would be funny. But what if Bakugo and
Todoroki
end up going both to like Endeavor's thing? That would be so awkward and funny.
That would be hilarious.
I think one of the good ones that I would love to see people be together.
Bakugo would. I so want to see how Bakugo would interact with Endeavor because and that's a way. That is a way that it could actually be very healthy for Todoroki because Todoroki could actually use some of Bakugo's fire, like no pun intended.
And to an extent, Bakugo would want someone that's like really strong.
Yeah, exactly.
maybe even also has a quirk like his, you know?
Right.
So
and
that.
if he saw the way Todoroki like basically let his dad just like, you know, talk all this smack and
Right.
stuff, he would probably be like, what in the hell are you doing?
Right. I mean, you don't know who gave Bakugo offers and stuff, but I think that Bakugo, if he was offered one by Endeavor, he would probably pick it.
He
And
probably
that would be
would.
funny to see, like, say Todoroki doesn't go with Endeavors,
Right.
but Bakugo does.
Sure.
It creates this really, like,
They might
funny
get
dynamic,
along.
you know? Yeah, that would be kind of funny. Oh. Aizawa is feeling better. That's
Yep.
a good thing.
That is a very good thing.
But that means also that Aizawa can go back into actual like combat pretty
yes,
soon.
that's true.
Which
That's
means he
true.
could get potentially hurt, which means he would actually probably be one of the best people to stop someone like Stain.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned also that Stain, as long as we don't know what his quirk is, people that have non-physical durability quirks are actually kind of weak to him.
Right.
Because of his blades.
And Aizawa
So-
doesn't, so...
Aizawa would need to basically find out whether or not his strong little, you know, fabric stuff is tough enough for swords. But I don't think it would.
I don't think it would be.
So maybe he would go with a team of people to stop Stain. Like
Sure.
that would be kind of cool. Let's
Yeah.
see like 4 pro heroes all interacting together.
Or just him and Todoroki, or him and Bakugo.
Oh,
Like, literally him and one other person who has just a powerful attack quirk.
sure. I mean,
If they were able to get Stain alone, then.
I would say Todoroki and Aizawa is like a deadly combo.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
you just freeze anyone, and then they can't do anything once they're frozen, because then their quirk's nullified.
Yep.
But to an extent, I still think Aizawa is kind of a solo player, and that
Right.
he would, if anything, if he couldn't, you know, beat Stain, he would provide excellent reconnaissance, because Stain couldn't, you know, unstop him from essentially
Yeah.
using his quirk. So Aizawa's
Yeah.
like following him along rooftops, and Stain's like, "Get the frick away from me! Like, stop it! I'm trying to
be
get
great.
away, but I can't because you keep ruining my quirk."
I just want to see... I would want to see Stain fight Shigaraki. Because they're both melee.
Oh, Stain wins, 100%.
I absolutely
Stain
think
has
Stain
that.
would win.
Stain has that like I have
Experience,
actually
yeah.
fought kind of thing.
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's a very good
Stain
point.
versus Shigaraki and what's the portal guy?
Kurogiri.
Kurogiri, yeah.
I think that would be a fair fight.
Yeah.
I think Kurogiri is too strong to be beaten with blades, but he also might have trouble actually like beating Stain without leaving Shigaraki vulnerable.
Right.
So it'd be kind of a thing where Kurogiri could beat Stain if he was solo, but because Shigaraki's there, it makes it tough, because it seems like Kurogiri is kind of the handler for Shigaraki right
Yeah.
now. Like he's kind of like
Yep.
keeping him on a leash and making sure he kind of you know,
Yeah.
stays true to the path of evil, so to speak.
Right.
But Kurogiri, I think they have to be a little bit careful with him, because his quirk is so strong that he enables so many things that the villains can do.
Right,
in
so
the
they have to
future.
keep their hands on him. They have to make sure that he's okay. Like,
Right, don't send him in needlessly.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool to see also the villains from that groups take a little bit of a back seat for now to Stain and his whole kind of intro into the story.
Although I think they need to at least have there be a little bit with them, since they have been like dropping little bits for them so far in the season.
Sure.
They can't just let them off the hook at this point. Like, have them do something,
Possibly.
and then they can go into the back seat.
Yeah, and that would probably be just with their interactions with Stain, because they
Sure,
went
yeah.
to recruit him
Yep.
from the previous episode.
Exactly.
Interesting. So that means next episode we get a combination of
We could be getting
like,
a lot of stuff.
like some like internship stuff. We get
Yep.
to see Deku with All Might's like potential old master. Now, is that
Right.
confirmed? Because it seemed like it was implied he trained All Might. But also, if we think back to that letter and that
I think it
point
said
from
he
the
was
first
he was
episode-
All Might's homeroom teacher.
Well, yes, he was his homeroom teacher. He taught at UA for 1 year. But I think the way he mentioned it, there was some kind of a
Yeah.
relationship beyond the school,
Right.
because this person was friends with All Might's
Yeah.
predecessor.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I would love to see a character who has that kind of, you know, Yoda kind of quirky, haha, pun intended, kind of kind of seemingly stupid, but actually like really intelligent little. No, wait a minute. This guy, Gran Torino, is totally Yoda. He's this weird old short guy that they send the main character off to get basically the real training, and and the predecessor who's kind of like all in now, not necessarily dead.
And the
like
way
Obi-Wan.
and the way they introduce Yoda is, there you will learn from Yoda, a Jedi Master who instructed me.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what they're implying with All Might and this
they've
Gran
been doing,
Torino hero.
Wait a minute. Wait. And they've been doing all these Star Wars references with the locations.
Yep. Like Tatooine Station and Dagobah Park or Dagobah Beach or something.
Okay, yeah. Dagobah Beach. Okay, yeah.
I think it was one of those two.
Because I was going to say,
but that's a Yoda reference right there.
If he lives next to the Dagobah place or whatever,
that would be
a bit much. I'd love it, but it'd be a bit much.
But then, will we get like basically this Gran Torino guy on Deku's back, like, and they're doing like piggyback rides?
Yes.
He's like, go, yes,
do the thing. Would love that.
Use one for all, and he's like, but I suck at it. Just do it. And it's like, okay.
Oh my gosh, they could literally have a point where he's like, okay,
so well.
It's like, no, except I want you to use it without hurting yourself. Okay, I'll try. No,
do or do not. There is no try. Yes, I want it to happen so badly. Okay, so if Gran Torino is Yoda, that means this Gran Torino Yoda guy could teach him more about the antagonists, potentially.
So does that mean Stain is Darth Vader?
No, I think Stain right now is like the bounty hunters.
Sure, he's Boba Fett or something.
Yeah, he's the badass character that just has this enigmatic kind of aspect about him
that ends up getting recruited by the villains.
Right.
Probably to go after the hero. Yep. This is.
But he's more of a to be kind of interesting about it. I predict him as being more of a political villain. Because he has this ideology.
Right, he's not a mercenary.
He's not a mercenary.
Something. He has a goal,
Which is interesting, which means his motivation is not money, power, greed, or anything like that.
Someone that can't be bullied, beaten, or negotiated with. Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, he wants to see the world of heroes burn.
Right.
Which makes him dangerously close to a Joker-type anti-hero character.
But if they make
which is what we've been wanting.
But if they make him with a specific goal, not just chaos in general.
Yes.
And like give him good motivations for why and all that stuff. Not to say that Joker doesn't, but like
the Jokers are inconsistent.
Yeah, because there's so many renditions and everything, and basically make him more like have it be more focused.
Right.
That could be really good.
Yes, please. All of the above. I love it.
Oh my gosh. And his ultimate wish is to be killed by the incorruptible.
Oh, that's funny. Wow. There's so many parallels here. It's great. I mean, to an extent, some people could look at this and go, well, that's original. But, like, in combination...
It is the love letter to...
Yeah, it is a love letter to Western superhero stuff. But they use combinations of multiple things to keep it from just seeing or just feeling, I would say, samey and unoriginal. Yes. But yeah, this show is just really starting to feel like it's amping up. I hope that we don't slow it down again with the whole kind of idea of them training and going to internships and stuff, because I did hear that there's a filler episode
somewhere in season 2.
Somewhere in there. So
yeah.
We'll probably watch it, but
I don't think we'll have to worry about that. I think they'll do sort of the same thing that they do with the tournament arc or with the training in episode 1 or season 1, where they'll have Deku do his thing with Gran Torino, and that'll take like maybe a couple episodes or something, and then they'll come back and then they'll sort of recap over what all the other people did in like quick little clips.
Sure. I would love to see some focus on a side character and get them upgraded to main character status like Todoroki, though. Yeah. And I think these internships are a prime opportunity for that.
I hope it's not Todoroki.
Like, no. I think Todoroki's done. Yeah. I think he's done. I think it's either going to be Iida. I think it's Iida, primarily.
Iida for sure.
Well, Iida, definitely, yeah. But I'm meaning, Iida is kind of also a pseudo-main character right now, so maybe someone like... who
Sue.
had hints?
Or-
Sue. Yeah, or Sue or Kirishima. I think either one of those two.
Yeah, they did seem
Kirishima-
to be opening up about Kirishima a bit
Yeah,
more.
his whole thing with Red Riot and stuff.
And he was there at the final fight for
USJ.
season 1.
Yeah, he didn't get
Yeah.
to shine though.
No.
Which is funny.
No.
He's like, oh man, I didn't get to do anything.
Yeah. No, watch, it'll actually be Can't Stop Twinkling.
Oh my
Naval
gosh.
Laser. They'll
Oh
focus
my
on him.
gosh. If they give the focus to someone like that,
Or Mineta.
I don't know what I would do. That would be either
that's
too
what
much
the filler
or
episode
just-
is. That's
Really?
what the filler. No, I'm just like.
That's what you think it'll be?
Here's a prediction. Yeah, what if they did that as the filler episode? They basically just like went through all the other people and their daily
please don't.
duties.
I hope that they make the filler episode about everyone. Like
Sure, or
kind
like
of
a very specific character and like showing maybe some of their home life and stuff.
Sure. I think that your point about the recap point where you just kind of see what everyone else's kind of deal has been going on while Deku's been training is kind of the perfect opportunity for a filler episode.
Right, because then it wouldn't be jarring. Because the biggest problem with something like filler is not the fact that it wasn't in the manga. That's not so much the problem.
Yeah, there's tons of stuff that gets put into the anime that's not in the manga.
Right, exactly. It's the idea that there will be like this hard transition where it's like, oh, put that on hold real quick.
Yeah.
We have to do something else, and then it also reinforces the idea when there's that hard transition that, oh yeah, this stuff is never going to be brought up again. Which means
because it wasn't in
exactly
the manga.
So it they'll either need to work their butts off to keep it consistent and like hinted back to or whatever in the anime itself, like later on, or even if there is character development, it doesn't matter because it's not going to be heard from again.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a fun episode.
Oh yeah.
I just love that I have this show to watch. Like it just gets me so excited.
It's great.
Yeah.
But
All
I do
right.
want to know what Bakugo's superhero
name.
is.
Yes, please.
We need that.
Please let us know his hero nickname. Like, we really want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to watch the next My Hero Academia episode, go check out the link in the description for our Patreon. We have early access there for all of you, and also a Discord. It's really awesome. We'd love to see you there. And until next time, we'll see you then. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.